स्टोरी को सुनते समय जैसे ही हमें ध्यान में आता है, स्टोरी सुनते समय जैसे ही हमें ध्यान में आता है कि स्टोरी का शीर्षक क्या होगा, स्टोरी में कौन कितनी जल्दी पकड़ पाते हैं, तो स्टोरी सुनते जाएंगे और स्टोरी का शीर्षक आप चैट बॉक्स में लिखते जाएंगे अगर आपको ध्यान में आ गया। और स्टोरी के शीर्षक के साथ ही स्टोरी में कौन कौन से ऐसे शब्द जो आपने पहली बार सुने हैं, उन शब्दों को अगर आप लिख सकते हैं तो वो बहुत अच्छा होगा। तो इसलिए बड़े ध्यान से एक एक शब्द को बड़े आराम से सुनिएगा और शीर्षक ध्यान में आते से आप शीर्षक लिखिएगा और ऐसे कुछ शब्द आप हमें ध्यान में आते हो तो उन शब्दों को भी हम लिखेंगे, क्योंकि यह भी एक सीखने की विधा है। हम सुनेंगे, सुनकर जो है हम समझेंगे। तो अर्शिता, अगर आप सुनाई दे रहे हैं तो अनम्यूट
जी,
करके
good evening
स्टोरी
everyone.
प्रारंभ करें।
Am I audible?
यस यस अर्शिता, लाउडली, थोड़ा थोड़ा तेज कर।
Okay, so here is the story. There was a pool in the Yamuna. In that pool, a cobra named Kalia lived. The water of Yamuna always boiled with the heat produced by the poison of that cobra. Even the birds flying over that pool, being scorched, fell into that pool. The men and animals who drank its water died immediately. God manifests himself for the destruction of the wicked. Lord Krishna noticed that the poison of that cobra was terribly spreading, and because of it, the water of Yamuna was polluted. He thought that he should free the inhabitants of Braj and Yamuna from the fear of this cobra. Thinking so, Lord Krishna climbed a high kadamba tree and jumped into that poisonous pool. When the cobra named Kalia saw that someone had entered its pool, it being provoked, stood face to face with Lord Krishna. It saw that a swarthy, lovely boy was standing before it. On his chest there was a mark of Srivadram. He was playing merrily in the poisonous water fearlessly. This action enraged the cobra. It gripped his body very tightly from all sides. When the cowherds and cowherdesses saw that their most loving Sri Krishna was gripped tightly by the cobra, they were at the door of death. There was an incessant flow of tears in their eyes. Mother Yashoda prepared to jump into the pool for her darling son, but gopis stopped her from doing so. Being gripped tightly by the cobra was nothing but only the Krishna Lord's pastime. When Sri Krishna perceived that all the people were sad, he expanded his body, which caused the body of the cobra to break. It, then having freed Sri Krishna from its clutches, began to hiss out of anger. Its anger flamed out. Lord Krishna, while playing with it, began to maneuver. The cobra also applied its tactics and maneuvered to sting and hurt him. All of a sudden, Lord Krishna, having jumped, rode the hood of the cobra and began to dance. The cobra had 100 hoods. Whichever hood the cobra raised, Lord Krishna crushed it with the hits of his feet and it began to vomit out blood from its nostrils. Every organ of its body got totally exhausted and tired. Now it remembered Lord Narayan, the primeval perceptor of the world. Seeing this condition of the cobra, its wives started eulogizing Lord Krishna said, "O Lord, we are wicked and very angry beings by birth. We are also eulogizing Lord Krishna that he is very angry with us. Now we are going to kill him. Lord Krishna then ordered the cobra to vomit out blood from its nostrils. When the cobra saw that Lord Krishna was going to kill the cobra, it began to vomit out blood. finding Sri Krishna among themselves, the inhabitants of Braj, who had become almost lifeless without him, regained life. Thank you.
थैंक्स अर्पिता। जैसे कि चैट बॉक्स में आप लोगों ने, कई लोगों ने लिखा है कलिया मर्दन, कालिया मर्दन, ऐसे कई, पर इसमें कुल मिलाकर कौन कौन से शब्द हम लोगों को नए सीखने को मिले हैं, उन शब्दों को अभी आप अगर इसमें उल्लेख करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। पर सोचिए, कहानी भी जो है एक माध्यम हो सकती है, और सीधे ही मैं हमारे जो मास्टर ट्रेनर्स हैं सत्र के, आदरणीय सांबा शिवा राव जी भाई साहब, और काफ़ी योग्य हम लोगों के बीच में ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं जो इस विषय में हम लोगों को मास्टरी दिलाने वाले हैं। इसलिए बहुत आराम से, बहुत ध्यानपूर्वक उनकी बातें हम सुनेंगे और नोट डाउन करते रहेंगे। आप एक डायरी पेन होगा आपके पास में, उसमें जो जो चीज़ें आपको ध्यान में आती हैं उसको नोट डाउन करते रहिएगा। ये पूरा सेशन जो है उसमें 40 मिनट सीधे सांबा शिवा राव जी भाई साहब ये विषय रखेंगे, उसके बाद 10 मिनट आपको जिज्ञासा समाधान के लिए उसमें होगा। आपको कोई प्रश्न उस समय ध्यान में आते हैं तो वो अंत में हम उन प्रश्नों को यहाँ पर लेंगे। इसलिए डायरी पेन में आप कहीं कोई डाउट्स आ रहे हो तो उनको नोट डाउन करते रहिए, उनको बाद में अपन यहाँ पर क्लियर करेंगे। और हो सकता है कि पूरी इंग्लिश में विषय होने वाला है तो आपको बहुत ध्यान लगाकर बहुत जोर से आपको समझना पड़े। कोशिश करिएगा, अपनी एकाग्रता बनाइए, साधना का समय है, इस एकाग्रता के समय में आप उनका विषय बहुत ध्यान से सुने। बीच बीच में लगेगा तो सांबा शिवा राव जी भाई साहब उसको कुछ हिंदी में भी एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। सीधे ही मैं सांबा शिवा राव जी भाई साहब को आमंत्रित करता हूँ। आदरणीय सांबा शिवा।
धन्यवाद राकेश जी। आपको ऑडिबल है ना, सुनाई दे रहा है ना?
जी बहुत बहुत क्लियर है एकदम।
अच्छा, वेलकम टू second day session, and I have been looking after for 24 hours to meet you in this again 5 o'clock in the evening. Yesterday we have discussed something about communicative skills, communication skills, how to learn communication, how to practice it, what are the things that need to be taken into consideration. All those things we have studied, and within 2 to 3 minutes I shall review it. Then I shall go to today's session, today's topic. Yesterday I told you that there are 4 sections. One is phonology, the second one is semantics, the third one is syntax, and fourth one is pragmatics. And we are learning this is pragmatic approach. And when we speak the language, we speak in utterances, and we make some propositions, and they can be negated, they can be accepted. Like that, this proposition also I told to you. And we will take up one proposition part today for a practice session. Then I shall go to grammar part. So you can write it down first. That is like, L-I-K-E, like, you can write it down. And would, W-O-U-L-D, would. So how these two things are to be practiced in propositions, making propositions. Like, I like, you write this sentence, I like, I would like to take, I would like to take milk. I like, I would like to take, I would like to take milk. These are the 4 propositions that I made by using like and would. So would you like to take tea? Would you like to take milk? Would you like to take buttermilk? This is how we question. Would you like? I would like. Would you like? Would you like to take? Would you please? Would you please? This is a polite way of asking anybody anything. So by using these 2 words, you can make propositions of everyday life. So if somebody comes to you, would you like to take tea? Would you like to take water? Would you like to? Would you like to? This is how we have to make propositions by using these 3 things. It can be yes, no. Yes, I would like to take tea. No, I wouldn't, like that. I wouldn't take anything. So these are the something you have to make some propositions on that. And tomorrow we will discuss on this. I am proposing 2 words to you today, which are to be practiced. And whenever somebody comes to your house, this doesn't need any grammar. Two words. I like, I would like, I would like to take, I would like to take tea. Like that, four sentences I told to you. This can be practiced. Would you please? Would you please? This also a polite way of expression. Like this, one or two things I shall be giving to you every day for practice. And straight away I'm going to the class today. And yesterday I told to you phonology, semantics, syntax, and pragmatics, and the differences between utterances and sentences. And today I am going to deal with some grammatical part. This is known as word class. You can write word class, W-O-R-D, word, C-L-A-S-S, class, word class. Previously, we used to learn these as parts of speech. In regular grammar, this is said to be parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. There are 8 parts of speech. We used to learn like this in our regular grammar. Today we are learning for the case of application into that 3 groups, 3 word classes. First word class is noun family. Noun family. You can write it down. Noun family. This is the first group. In this we are having 3 parts of speech. That is noun, pronoun, adjective. These 3 come under one group. This is noun group, you can say. So what is a noun? You know, yesterday also I told you, nouns are names. All nouns are names. Names of things, names of persons, names of places. So इसको संज्ञा कहते हैं हिंदी में, संज्ञा, noun. And a pronoun is used instead of a noun. Instead of, you can write it down. Instead of. इसके बदले में, संज्ञा के बदले में pronoun use करते हैं. A pronoun is used instead of a noun. An adjective is there. Adjective is the third thing. ये जो विशेषण रहता है, an adjective qualifies a noun. An adjective qualifies a noun. Yes, noun is a name. All nouns are names. All names are nouns. Simple expressions I am telling you. I am not going to formal grammar. I am just repeating for the sake of our usage. Okay? All names are nouns. Names of places, names of things, names of persons. And the words which are used instead of nouns, he, she, it, they. Saying Rama, Rama again, we use he. Sita, Sita again and again, we use she. And for animals and all those, we use it. He, she, it, and they. These are all pronouns. Pronouns are used instead of I-N-S-T-E-A-D. Instead of O-F, instead of nouns. And an adjective. An adjective qualifies a noun. Qualifies. U-U-A-L-I-F-I-E-S. Qualifies a noun. Green leaf. Suppose this is an example. Leaf is a noun. Green is an adjective. Green is an adjective. Leaf is a noun. Good boy. Good is an adjective. Boy is a noun. So it is qualifying the meaning. It is adding something to the meaning of a noun. So this is an adjective. This comes under noun family. Noun, pronoun, adjective, and verb family. That is verb and adverb. Verb and adverb. This is the second word group or word class. Second word class or second word group, because they are related to each other. Verb is, what is verb? A verb denotes an action. All action words are verbs. Action, क्रिया. सब भाषा में क्रिया रहती है. क्रिया जो है इसको कहते हैं verb. And adverb. An adverb modifies a verb. इसका meaning, something is added to the meaning of a verb. That is an adverb. An adverb modifies a verb. M-O-D-I-F-I-E-S. Modifies a verb. Like that. And the third group is connectives. You can write it down. Third word class is connectives. C-O-N-N-E-C-T-I-V-E-S. Connectives. Because these words are used to connect words or sentences. Now in this, the first one is prepositions. Yesterday somebody asked preposition and preposition. So now here it is preposition. P-R-E, P-O, S-I, T-I-O-N, preposition. The second one is conjunction, C-O-N-J-U-N-C-T-I-O-N, conjunction. And interjection, I-N-T-E-R-J-E-C-T-I-O-N, interjection. So all these, the third word class is known as connectives, C-O-N-N-E-C-T-I-V-E-S. So we have made, according to their function, we have made them into 3 word classes. Previously it was parts of speech, 8 parts of speech in English. Now we are grouping them according to their function, usability, utility, how we use them, how they are being used in our everyday English. Like that, we have made into 3 groups: noun family first group, verb family second group, third group is connectives. Connectives come under third group. Okay. Then we go to something about noun also. Nouns are of 2 kinds, countables and uncountables. Countables, which can be counted, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, you can count them. They are called countables. Countables means one pencil, 2 pencil, like that, you can count them. And countable nouns can be expressed in 2 numbers, singular and plural. Countable nouns can be expressed in 2 numbers, singular number, plural number. Book, books, ox, oxen. In any grammar you can find it out, there is no problem. But only overall picture I am giving to you, where these things stand. And uncountable nouns like oil, milk, they don't have singular plural. They cannot be expressed in numbers, 2 numbers. In English there are 2 numbers. And the noun also has person. Yesterday also we have seen first person, second person, third person. All language is spoken between these 3 persons only. First person singular, first person plural. Second person singular, second person plural. Third person singular, third person plural. So 3 persons are there. The language is spoken between these 3 persons only. A noun has number, a noun has gender, a noun has person, gender, masculine gender, feminine gender. Functional aspect I am telling. There are other genders also. Masculine means male. All animals also, male animals will be there, female animals will be there. This is what we call gender. A noun has number, a noun has gender, a noun has person. And countable nouns can be expressed in 2 numbers, singular and plural. Uncountable nouns have no numbers. Oil, 1 oil, 2 oil, not that. You cannot find like that. Uncountable nouns have no numbers. And adjectives. Adjectives are used to, pronouns are used to, used instead of nouns. There are personal pronouns. You can write it down. Personal pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, they are called personal pronouns. And tomorrow we will learn something about other pronouns also. That means inflection. Some changes are there. I, my, me, mine, myself. These things we will learn tomorrow, isn't it? So like that, these pronouns also we will learn tomorrow. And adjective, I am going to tell something about adjective. An adjective qualifies a noun. I told you good is an adjective, bad is an adjective. These have degrees of comparison. You can write it down. Adjectives have degrees of comparison. Positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. Suppose bad is there. What are the other degrees? Bad, worse, worst. Good is there. Good, better, best. These are the 3 degrees. So adjectives have degrees of comparison. So this is something about noun, pronoun, and adjective. Tomorrow we will learn something about verb. Okay. Then straight away I shall go to the yesterday's part. Yesterday we have practiced something about introduction part. Again I shall repeat that. I am not. Am I? We are not, are we? You are not, are you? He is not, is he? She is not, is she? It is not, is it? They are not, are they? So the same construction can be used for progressive tense. You can write it down. Progressive tense or present continuous tense. Progressive tense. The same construction can be used for progressive tense. Progressive tense means when the actions are presently happening. Presently happening. They are in progress. Something is done, something is to be done. Suppose you take some base form, eat. The progressive form is eating. You can write it down. Eat, eating. Speak, speaking. Go, going. Watch, watching. For example, I am telling, straight away I am going to V4 form. That is present continuous form or progressive form. Now you take one to this structure. Suppose I am eating. I am eating a mango. Straight away you can bring that continuous form here. I am eating. I am not eating. Am I eating? What am I eating? Like that 4 sentences you can write. I am eating. I am not eating. That is negative expression. Am I eating? That is interrogative expression. Then what am I eating? WH pronouns also can be used. With use, we are eating mangoes. We are not eating. Are we eating? What are we eating? What are we eating? With you are eating. You are not eating. Are you eating? What are you eating? Again with plural also. You are eating mangoes. You are not eating mangoes. Are you eating mangoes? What are you eating? Like that. Then he is eating. He is not eating. Is he eating? What is he eating? What is he eating? She is eating. She is not eating. Is she eating? What is she eating? It is eating. It is not eating. Is it eating? What is it eating? They are eating. They are not eating. Are they eating? What are they eating? Like this, one continuous tense we have taken. We apply to all forms, all personal pronouns. This is, you can try with another also, speaking. You can substitute instead of eating, you can use speaking. I am speaking. First one you have written, and the second one I am just for practice I am telling you. I am speaking. I am not speaking. Am I speaking? What am I speaking? We are speaking. We are not speaking. Are we speaking? What are we speaking? You are speaking. You are not speaking. Are you speaking? What are you speaking? You are speaking. You are not speaking. Are you speaking? What are you speaking? He is speaking. He is not speaking. Is he speaking? What is he speaking? She is speaking. She is not speaking. Is she speaking? What is she speaking? It is flying. It is not flying. Is it flying? Where is it flying? They are speaking. They are not speaking. Are they speaking? What are they speaking? Like that, we have used speaking also. Like this continuous tense, you can use any experiences. Well, of course, you can write it down as a homework. What are the things we do from morning to evening? Waking, that is first thing. Waking, washing, bathing, eating, drinking, going, sleeping. All the ing forms you can take and make sentences. And you can ask questions also like that. One question and one answer is known as one exchange. Suppose, what are you doing? That is one question. I am sleeping. That is an answer. These two things, one question and one answer is said to be one exchange. You can increase. Are you eating? What are you eating? Are you eating a mango? What are you eating? Are you eating a banana? Like that, you have to build conversation by using one question, one answer, and further also you can take. So like that, you can make any number of sentences like this by using different kinds of continuous tenses. Now only I told you Actually, children are interested to use continuous tenses directly. As we pass on introduction, because this is spoken part, we are not going to use in a gradual manner. Straight away, we are introducing continuous tense. Very much, the children are very much interested. What are you doing? I am running, I am playing, I am going, I am coming. We are going, we are coming, we are not going, we are playing. Like that, any amount of conversation कर सकते हैं इसमें. A continuous tense directly we are using into this particular structure. Yesterday we have practiced introduction part. Now today we are practicing this continuous tense part. The same, I am not, am I, where am I going. Suppose you use going, I am going, I am not going, am I going, where am I going. You are going, you are not going, are you going, where are you going. In practice, you can do like that, but when you want, you can select any one also. Jumping, any ink form you can take. Some 30 to 40 verbs we will select tomorrow, and we will give you all the 4 forms. That is base form, past form, past participle form. This form is known as present participle form, or ing form, or progressive form. Progressive form. All ing forms are known as progressive forms. This is V4, V1, V2, V3, and V4. Regularly using verbs will give you, and on that you can practice it in conversations also. So this is the second thing that we are taking up today. Yesterday we have practiced the same structure for introduction, and we are extending it to this continuous tense today. So this is what we call today's grammar part. We have learned about word class, and first word class, that is noun, pronoun, and adjective, and second word class, that is verb and adverb. And like this, we have practiced one proposition also with the like and would, by using like and would. So you can prepare. After 5 to 10 minutes, we are going to ask you. Suppose you have made any proposition by using like and would, and like that you can make your propositions also in this. And what is pragmatics, what is all those things, what are the differences between utterances and sentences, we have discussed yesterday. An utterance, again also I am telling you, an utterance is grammar independent. We don't need much grammar to say words, utterances, prepositions. These are the things which you should have some concept on that, and you should be able to tell what is a preposition, what is an utterance, how it is different from a sentence. Words, sentences. And one more thing also I would try to tell you, there are 26 letters of English in English alphabet. You can write it down, letters, L-E-T-T-E-R-S, letters. There are 26 letters of alphabet in English. Then you go to the vowels and consonants, we will learn later. The second one is word, W-O-R-D, word. Letters come together to form words. A word has spelling, a word has meaning, a word has pronunciation, a word has spelling, pronunciation, meaning, and usage. The word is to be learned by all these 4. A word is to be, you can write it down. A word is to be learned, L-E-A-R-N-D. A word is to be learned by its spelling, pronunciation, meaning, and usage. Then only you can say that I know this particular word. I know the first 3, but I don't know the use of that word, means there is no use. Usage of that word also you should know. So a word is to be learned by its spelling, pronunciation, meaning, and usage. The amount of words at your command is known as vocabulary. Vocabulary, V-O-C-A-B-U-L-A-R-Y. Vocabulary. Vocabulary means number of words at your command. In grammar, you know, they have given a list of 3,000 words. If these 3,000 words are perfected, you know, you can speak anywhere. Like that in Oxford Dictionary, there is a list of 3,000 words. Everybody is having 1500 to 2000 vocabulary minimum. You might not have counted the words, but it will be between 1500 to 2000 words you will be knowing. So like that, the number of words at your command is known as vocabulary. Every day, what Rakesh sir has said, what are the new words that are there in the story? Eulogizing is a word. Eulogizing. What is it? Eulogizing is a special word she has used. So some new words you should be able to learn every day. In these days, you can keep your grammar and dictionary at your place. You can have any grammar you can bring, and you go and just study whatever that I am telling to you. Functional part I am telling, not I am not teaching grammar. I am just reminding you what are all these. So, what is a noun? What is a pronoun? What is an adjective? What is what? All these things you should know simple definitions. Suppose I say personal pronoun. What is personal pronoun? What is a pronoun actually? So these are the things which are to be known perfectly. You should not add anything. You should not delete anything. That is grammar, you know. Like that, what is an adjective? An adjective qualifies a noun. What is a noun? Noun is a name. Pronouns are used instead of nouns. A verb is a action words. All action words are verbs. An adverb modifies a verb. An adverb modifies a verb. Preposition. These are linkers, connectives. Preposition. There is a the cow is in the field. It is a preposition. The cow is in the field. The ball is on the table. On is a preposition. The cow, the field. There is no connection. Suppose I put in, it becomes a connective. The cow is in the field. And in the field together is known as phrasal. Prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase. You can write it down. In the field is called prepositional phrase. You can use you can replace it with any other. The cow is, instead of in the field, you can say in. The cow is in the shed. The cow is in the ground. The cow is in the hall. The cow is in the in any place you can write it down. Like that you can replace. This is what we call predication. Predication. Subject and predicate. We are changing the predicates in not in words but in groups, that is phrases, prepositional phrases. On the table, on the ground, on the bed. It's total one prepositional phrase. You can use them in your regular usage also. Prepositional phrases can be replaced or substituted. This is what we call predication. And tomorrow when we learn about sentences, you know, you will be able to know what is a sentence and how it is to be used as a utterance and sentence. Yesterday we have studied. And what is a sentence? A sentence is a string of words. A string of words. A sentence has a word order. A sentence has a word order. A sentence has a structure. A sentence has a structure. A structure is grammatically made, grammatical sanction. So this is a sentence, about a sentence. A sentence is a string of words or group of words. A sentence has the word order. A sentence has a structure. A sentence gives a complete meaning. This is a book. It gives a complete meaning. It's not like a phrase or clause. A sentence is a sentence is a unit of a language. A sentence is a unit of a language. A sentence gives us complete meaning. A sentence has a word order. A sentence has a structure. A structure is grammatically framed. Suppose I ask you the definition of sentence, you must be able to tell so tomorrow. You can write it down. A sentence has a structure. A sentence has a word order. A sentence is a string or group of words. A structure is grammatically framed. So a sentence is a unit of a language. You should know how to use in sentences. Vocabulary is not enough. And kinds of sentence also, yesterday we have seen in the case of utterances, sentence or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence. As a linguistic competence, linguistic part, you know, we will be learning about sentences also. In your grammar part, you might have learned assertive sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence. We are not using in our prepositions. We are saying them as negatives, declaratives, imperatives. That means they do not have the sanction of the grammar. When you directly use the sentence, that will have the sanction of the grammar. Like that, we have completed all these today. And now I hand over to Rakesh ji to ask any doubts or anything from this, whether they are able to understand or not. Whatever that I am telling. Positions, how to make prepositions, and practice. How to do practice, and what is a word class we have taken today. This is the portion that we have completed. Any doubts are there, you can ask now. It is your time now.
हेलो एनी कोई डिस्टर्बेंस? कृपया मैं एक थोड़ा सा बात कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि चैट बॉक्स में कृपया अन्यथा कोई चीज ना लिखें, नहीं तो मुझे रिमूव करना पड़ेगा। जी भाई साहब, समझ से जी कंटिन्यू।
उनसे ही पूछ लेना है।
जी जी जी, आप सबके कोई प्रश्न हो अगर, तो हमारे बीच में अभी 10 मिनट का समय है। उसके बाद फिर जिस प्रकार का हमने 10 लोगों से परिचय प्राप्त किया था, वो अभी कोई क्वेश्चन है तो मैं यहाँ से आप लोगों को आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं, अपने आप को क्रम से अनम्यूट कीजिए, आप क्वेश्चन कीजिए और क्वेश्चन करने का म्यूट कर लीजिए। आज के पूरे सेशन में हमें जो कुछ भी समझ में आया हो या जो कोई प्रश्न हो तो जी कंटिन्यू। कोई भी
even you have made preposition also, you can say any preposition is made. राकेश जी, कल क्लास चलेगा क्या पूछ रहे हैं?
ना बिल्कुल चलेगा। ये हर्षिता जी, आप लगता है नई आई हैं, कृपया चैट बॉक्स में ये चीजें आप ना लिखें, आपने जो चैटिंग कर रही हैं बहुत देर से, नहीं तो कल से आपको एंट्री नहीं मिलेगी, पर कल क्लास होगी। समाज सेवा जो ऐसा ने जो प्रश्न पूछा उसका उत्तर देना चाहते तो अनम्यूट कीजिए।
सर
हाँ,
ये सर आप जो लास्ट में जो बोला है, a sentence is a structure, sentence is a word order, it has a complete meaning and it has a bit of language.
से हम बड़े दूर रहे, आज भी सब यही दूर ही रहो।
सर
आप संस्कृति चीजें छोड़ो।
हेलो
हेलो
सर। हेलो,
हाँ पूछिए।
ये कौन सा जो आपने वेबसाइट भेजी ना, वो कौन सी चीज की भेजी है?
हाँ,
ये आपने अभी वेबसाइट, पता नहीं किसने वेबसाइट भेजी हो, क्या करना है उसका वेबसाइट का?
वेबसाइट का राकेश जी से पूछना।
ये बेटा ये कहाँ से जुड़ गए आप, कौन से विद्यालय से हैं?
पटेल स्कूल विद्यालय से।
हाँ, ये टीचरों के लिए ग्रुप है। आप कहाँ से जुड़ गए, किसने नंबर दिया आपको?
अच्छा ठीक है,
हाँ,
अर्शिता यहाँ
ओके,
से बाहर हो जा।
आप रिमूव हो जाइए, है ना? ओके,
ठीक है।
हाँ जी। और एनी मोर क्वेश्चन? एनी मोर क्वेश्चन?
नहीं सर।
किसी को कोई प्रश्न और हैं तो वो प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं। कोई विषय हमें समझ में नहीं आया हो, देखिए जब तक हम बोलेंगे नहीं तब तक अभ्यास होगा नहीं। इंग्लिश का है इसलिए हमने बोलना पड़ेगा, हम बोलेंगे, अपनी बात रखेंगे। तो हो सकता है अभी हिंदी में रखना हो, हिंदी में रखिए, पर अभ्यास कीजिए कि थोड़ा इंग्लिश में हम पूछें। संतोषी जी कुछ पूछना चाह रही हैं? ललिता साहू जी, कोई प्रश्न हो तो अनम्यूट करके आप पूछ सकते हैं। चलिए, अब कुल मिलाकर हमें जो जो आज के सेशन में समझ में आया उसको एक लाइन में, 2 लाइन में आप लोग चैट बॉक्स में लिखिए। आज हमें क्या क्या चीज समझ में आई है। हाँ, टाइप करिए वर्ब, और क्या बताए हैं उनको नोट डाउन कीजिए चैट बॉक्स में, जिससे हमें ध्यान में आए कि आपने आज कितनी चीजें। यस, आप लोग टेक्स्ट बॉक्स में जाकर टाइप कीजिए क्या क्या आज आपको समझ में आया, आज किस किस विषय पर चर्चा हुई है।
Definition of a sentence.
Okay, noun family. Definition of sentence. दिव्यांश जी ने काफी लंबा, बहुत बढ़िया।
कोई एक प्रपोजिशन बना के बताओ ना। वुड यू लाइक टू टेक, वुड यू लाइक टू टेक, वुड यू प्लीज, ऐसा एक प्रपोजिशन बनाइए, सुनाइए वैसा। आई लाइक कॉफी, आई लाइक टी, प्रपोजिशन एक बनाइए। ये तो ग्रामर हो गया पूरा। Okay, these all these things are very much known to you, but you make a proposition by using like and would. Like और would को यूज करते हुए एक प्रपोजिशन लिखिए।
समृद्धि जैन जी लिख रहे हैं वुड यू लाइक टू टेक ए कप ऑफ कॉफी। बहुत बढ़िया।
हाँ, ऐसा like और would यूज करके एक प्रपोजिशन लिखिए। Would you like to take tea? I like coffee. I like milk. What would you like? What would you like? ऐसा प्रपोजिशन बनाना जो है आना आपको। And questions also in continuous tense. Where are you going? What are you doing? How are you? How do you do? Continuous tense का questions भी पूछ सकते हैं। Would you like to have a banana? Wonderful. Parts of speech sentence. Would you like to take? Would you like to talk with me? Talk to me, not with me. Talk to me. We are learning English, okay? Would you like to have an apple? Correct. What would you like? What would you like? I like tea. What are you doing? I am writing, okay. Would you like to eat rasagulla? Correct. I like coffee. I like milk. What would you like? इसके साथ में लिखना, इसके साथ में क्वेश्चन करना। I like milk. What would you like? Would you please bring me some water? What is he talking? Nonsense. Are you working? Where are you? Are you working on any special projects at work? I like music. What would you like? Very good. 2 to 3 conversations. 2 to 3. You can extend it. 2 to 3 exchanges. गप्पड़बाजी करके बैठते ना, तो 3-4 ऐसा कहिए। Would you like coffee? I would like to eat banana. I would not like eat banana. I like dancing. Okay. I live in Amalner. Where do you live? So this is how we make conversations. Okay. You write some questions now. Write some questions and try to answer them. I would like to become a doctor. Would you like to take coffee? I am teaching. like to take coffee? Is it okay? It's okay. What are you doing? I'm practicing English. My English, not my English, practicing English. She's a girl. Is she a girl? She's not a girl. Who is she? What is she? राकेश जी थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है लोगों को?
जी जी बिल्कुल 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 भाई साहब। अब ये
हाँ?
कुछ बोलकर भी ये बता सकते हैं, इसलिए मैंने अनम्यूट किया है।
हाँ, वो बोल रहे हैं, लिखना आदत हो गई, बोलना आदत करना अभी।
बोलना आदत करने के लिए कृपया आप लोग अनम्यूट करके ये बोल सकते हैं। मैंने अनम्यूट की फैसिलिटी दी है।
What have we to actually say, sir? Have we to make the prepositions? Hello?
क्या?
So
हाँ.
what have we to actually say? Have we to make the prepositions?
Preposition. Make some prepositions by using would and like.
Sir, I'm unable to, sir.
आपके घर में कोई आया, उससे पूछ लेना।
Are you listening to me, sir?
हाँ, I am listening to you. What would you like? What would you like to take? Preposition. But make prepositions.
Okay, sir.
And ask. Use them. Use
Would
them.
you
Not
like?
write.
So, would you like having a cup of tea?
कम शब्द में बोलिए, कम शब्द में. Not big sentences.
Okay, sir.
Say.
Would you help me learning English?
What would you like? Sir, कोई आपके घर में आया. Would you like to take tea? What would you like?
Yes.
Shall I bring some water? What would you like? Would you like? ये दो यूज करके प्रपोजिशन बताना. Yesterday's question I am talking to you. What is the difference between an utterance and a sentence? Somebody answer my question.
Actually, utterances are, as you told, independent of grammar, but sentences are actually formed with the help of a proper order of different parts of grammar. So we can say in simple word that utterances are independent of grammar, while a sentence is dependent upon grammar.
Okay.
Am I correct, sir?
Very good. Very good. Correct. और एक डिफरेंस, एक तो एक हो गया, दूसरा डिफरेंस कोई कुछ बताएं? What is other difference? Context, regarding context. Can anybody say about the context?
So utterances are actually context dependent, while sentences are context independent.
Very good. Then what about the spoken part, preposition? What is a preposition?
Prepositions can be considered or categorized in the category of utterances.
That is what we call making sense of references. You can say like that, making sense of references.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Making sense of references. If something we see, we say something. Making sense of references is known as prepositions. We make some prepositions. Okay. What is an exchange? One question and one answer is said to be an exchange. In a conversation, one question and one answer. Suppose you take the conversation into 2 or 3 questions and 3 answers, that exchanges can be exceeding. Like that, you can go for informal talks. You can write it down, informal talk. From tomorrow onwards, everybody has to make informal talk regarding introduction, regarding the continuous tense, whatever the grammar you are understanding. All these things you have to make a talk. Talk means between 2 or 3, about 2, you can see. Speak, it's only one who is speaking. And we are going to make some informal talk. Informal talk. Then only we can learn English. This introduction you can make to talk. Who is he? What is he? is he from? If you ask somebody, he will answer. Like the 2 to 3 exchanges or 3 to 4 exchanges, you can talk to each other. An introduction part and continuous part also. Prepositional phrase. Can anybody say about prepositional phrase? Can anybody give an example for prepositional phrase? Preposi-
Who is talking like this?
Okay, anybody? Can anybody define a sentence?
So sentence is actually a meaningful arrangement or order of words. As you told, a sentence is a sentence must have an order of word. It must have what in short we can say that a meaningful arrangement of words or order of words is actually a sentence.
A sentence is a structure. A sentence is word order. A sentence complete the meaning, unit of language, and word groups.
Okay. Can anybody? Others?
Sentence is a group of words which makes a complete sense.
How a word is to be learned? Word, what is vocabulary?
Vocabulary is the group of words or actually the collection of words what we use in our daily life.
Okay. Amount of words, number of words that you know, isn't it? That comes under vocabulary. Okay. Then, what more? Would you like to ask anything on the 2-day sessions?
So in the previous class, we learned about pragmatics. Actually, I could not understand. I understood about utterances, but somewhere I lagged about pragmatics. Can you please explain?
Usage of language. Usage of language in a particular context is known as pragmatics. Usage, U-S-A-G-E. Using the language in a particular context is known as pragmatics. Learning a language in syntax, linguistic context, it is known as syntax. Learning a language in linguistic context is known as syntax, S-Y-N-T-A-X. Using a language in a context is known as pragmatics. Using the language, okay?
Thank you very much.
Is it okay? Using the language in a particular context is known as pragmatics. And we are doing pragmatics in all these sessions. How to use the language. Yesterday we used it for introduction. Today we used it in progressive tense. How to do this progressive tense. Straight away we use the verb and make some propositions. How to make conversations. राकेश जी कुछ बताना है?
जी वह धन्यवाद भाई साहब, बहुत धन्यवाद। बहुत अच्छा सत्र हमारा यहाँ संपन्न हुआ। कुछ चीजें जो हम लोगों को ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए कि एक तो हमने सारे विषय नोट डाउन किए हैं, पर हम अपनी झिझक तोड़ें, हम अपने प्रश्न पूछें, हम इंग्लिश में बोलें और भाई साहब को अपनी बात कहें। ऐसा एक निवेदन सब लोगों से है, क्योंकि अगर हमें कुछ सीखना है तो झिझक तोड़नी पड़ेगी। दूसरा, केवल विद्यार्थियों के लिए ये सेशन नहीं है, आचार्यों के लिए है, इसलिए केवल इस सेशन में विद्यार्थी ना जुड़े, ऐसा एक निवेदन केवल आचार्यों के लिए है। आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और कल जो एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप मैंने आपको भेजा हुआ था, इसकी एक लिंक आपको भेजी हुई थी, आज फिर मैं आपको एक लिंक इसकी भेज रहा हूँ। कृपया वो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप हम लोग ज्वाइन कर लें। जो लोग यहाँ हैं, इस सेशन की सारी सूचनाएं आपको उस व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पर मिलेंगी। मैंने आपको चैट बॉक्स में व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप डाला है, उसको केवल टच कर दीजिए तो आप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ज्वाइन हो जाएंगे। क्लिक कर दीजिए उसको, तो आप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ज्वाइन हो जाएंगे। एक ये निवेदन है। और नरेंद्र जी ने एक प्रश्नोत्तरी आज की तैयार की है। नरेंद्र चाष्टा जी एक बार चैट बॉक्स में प्रश्नोत्तरी भी डाल दें। और व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप नंबर 3, ऑनलाइन क्लास व्हाट्सएप नंबर 3 पर ये प्रश्नोत्तरी आज की ये आएगी, उसको फिलअप कीजिए। उसमें जो क्वेश्चन है वो अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन कीजिए, जिससे कि प्रमाण पत्र बनाने में भी सुविधा हो सकेगी हमें। आप सब लोग उस प्रतिदिन की प्रश्नोत्तरी को हल कीजिएगा। तो चैट बॉक्स में एक बार फिर से डाल दें नरेंद्र जी। हाँ, एक मिनट मैं इसको करता हूँ। चैट बॉक्स में आपको ये डालने की अनुमति देता हूँ मैं। ओके, डाल दीजिए आप चैट बॉक्स में। यस, ये जो लिंक है आपको आ रही होगी, इस लिंक को आप क्लिक कीजिए। इसमें वो प्रश्नोत्तरी है, इन दोनों चीजों का यहाँ पर आपको जो दी हुई है, आप इसका अध्ययन कीजिए। और मुझे लगता है अगर हो गया हो तो अपना एक थंब इम्प्रेशन कर दे। व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ज्वाइन हो गया हो तो उस व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में आपको ये सारी सूचनाएं प्राप्त होती रहेंगी। कृपया लर्निंग के लिए अनुशासन आवश्यक है। कल भी मैंने बात कही थी, आज फिर से मैं दोहरा रहा हूँ कि ज्ञानार्जन प्राप्त करने के लिए निश्चित अनुशासन, निश्चित समय पर हम एंट्री करें, निश्चित प्रश्नों के उत्तर दें और अपनी झिझक तोड़ें, तो जब जाकर आनंद आएगा पूरा। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आदरणीय संभा शिवाराव जी भाई साहब का, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा सेशन हम लोगों के बीच में लिया। आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभार कि आप इस सत्र में रहे और लगातार अब शेष 8 दिन और जो है हम इस ज्ञान सागर में नहाएंगे। आप सभी को शुभकामनाएं, बधाई।
हमारे भी खेमटा जी भी जुड़ गए।
जी, खेमटा जी वैसा भी है, उनका भी स्वागत है। और अब मैं राजकुमार जी से कहता हूँ कि वो शांति मंत्र बोलें। खेमटा जी, ऐसा आपका स्वागत है।
सावधान, शांति मंत्र स्तुति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। विद्या भारती पाठशाला की ओर से, की टीम की ओर से आप सभी को शारदीय नवरात्रि की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं, बधाई। अगले सेशन में कल मुलाकात होगी ठीक 5 बजे। सभी को नमस्कार।
आप सभी का धन्यवाद।